Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Ivana, and today we will be doing a fashion week review, pretty much discussing everything we saw on the runway as well as the street style because you know it eats. And if you like this video, don't forget to leave it a like and just keep on watching. The fashion weeks that we'll be discussing in this video are going to be New York, London, and Milan. Currently, Fashion Week in Paris is going on and I just wanted to do this video. I myself have never been to Fashion Week. I'm an absolute spectator, but I would love to go one day. I just enjoy everything about it. I think it's so cool, such a great event, and a really amazing time for everyone to showcase their personal style as well as make statements, politically even. So I think that's so cool. I am not one of those people that are down on Fashion Week. Lately I have been seeing a lot of hate on Fashion Week, and I think that's so tacky just because it's like, come on, how often do people get together and commiserate in fashion? I feel like we just don't have enough for people to be so judgmental about it. So that's my 2 cents on people like Fashion Week's dead. I'm like, you're dead. Like, you sound old. Although these are the spring and summer runways, it is still giving very similar themes that you can kind of expect coming up in the next year. One thing I saw a lot, which I'm so freaking excited about, is distressed leather. Like, oh my god, I think it's so cool. I think it's such a cool texture. I love the way it looks. I think it just is so rugged and fun. There's so many things you can do with it. I love the dresses, I love the jackets, I love the jeans. Like, it's so sick to me. I'm such a leather girly. I love leather. I think it's just an absolute staple. Like a pair of leather pants, like, you can't not have a pair of leather pants. But now that there's distress, I'm like, where are my distressed leather pants? I don't have them, so I'll be finding some. Diesel, of course, they're just like, they're coming back with it. They're doing so well. But I really love the distressed leather that I've been seeing street style, and as well as seeing it just on the runway. I think it's just, especially personally, I love the chocolate brown with that like tan going through it. Like, it's the best of all my favorite worlds, so I'm just into it. The next trend I'm totally into, like, y'all, the hot pants are back. I don't know when they left particularly, I'm not gonna pretend like I know, but y'all, I am a huge fan of like mini skirt. I love shorts just in general, but like hot pants and like the tiny, like basically underwear ones with tights underneath. It's so sexy to me. It's sexy, it's fun. I love the way it looks layered. Jackets, I'm so into it. I'm so glad the hot pants are a thing now. I love the silhouettes. I've noticed a lot of the runway shows pairing the really small hot pant with a nice big shoulder as well, whether it's like a ruffle or something of that kind of, like just kind of giving you that inverted triangle shape. They're really into that. And although I don't know if that's like exactly for me, I'm more so like the hot pant with the long line jacket. That's more my vibe because I don't want my cheeks all the way out, but I want you to see all the leg in the world type of thing. I'm into it, so I'm definitely going to be looking for a pair of hot pants, but not just like knitted, like just all the different types of silhouettes and textures and colors that you could see. I really enjoyed that. I think it's so sick. And mini skirts, although they are fun, they are impractical. Like, have you ever gone out in a mini skirt and you've sat on something and it's like your butt is literally on the seat? Like, it's so uncomfortable sometimes. So I like the idea of just a little bit of fabric covering my little bit of vagina. There's been so many furry textures. Texture-wise, like, we are in a world where you can do whatever you want, and I'm loving it because the furry textures I think are so sick. Fuzzy shoes. It's not as much as, like, if you remember, I don't know what year it was. I want to say around like 2016 to 2018, we were really big into fur jackets. That's not really where we're at. It's more of like a fuzz than a fur, if that makes sense. It's just a little lower cut. I love that. It's a little cozier, but not quite that teddy that we were into a couple years ago. It's something a little bit different, and I like it. I think it's cool, especially because I've been seeing it on men and women. I just love how people are playing with it. I think it's just fun, like straight up fun. There's been specifically some like all neutral or minky gray looks that I've been seeing that are just like, I love it. It just looks so huggable. Texture should make you feel something when you see it, and I love that that is what lately we've been evoking on the runway, of like touch, feel. You want to just experience the fashion outside of just looking at it, and I find that to be thrilling. styling. Speaking of grays real quick, grays with depth are coming back. I'm wearing gray right now, a little something, but I've been loving the more minky grays with the purple tones, the grays with maybe a sheen to it, gray suits, a lot of like gray on gray is really in right now. I think that's really cool. Part of me is a little hesitant because if you remember the 2016 gray era, I think even like 2011, we had a really gray era, and I just remember having too much gray. Like I was looking at my closet and I was like, this is like, they had those gray suede boots. It was just too much gray, so I am a little with it. I'm a little reserved towards it, especially because interior design was really gray for a while as well, and I don't like that at all. I really like, it's really out of date to me, but there's a place for gray. I think there's a place for it, but I will be mindful to not go overboard with getting too much gray because it can be just so boring. But I love the mix of textures. I love how it plays off of like black leather and things like that, and can soften up more harder looks. So I'm experimenting with it. I'm gonna give it another chance, but I'm not gonna go gung-ho gray like years ago. It was too much. It's so cold. As far as colors, you know, I'm a neutral girl. I love me my neutrals, but like the layers of neutrals are just like, oh, like we're talking like the champagne-y silks, we're talking all kinds of different colors and textures, a little bit of the pinks coming in there, the knits. I'm just into it. Mixing like a satin, a fur, but also like a linen. I think it's so fun and gives your outfit so much more depth. So I'm really into it. I mean, I'm so biased to this. Like it's almost like it doesn't matter. I'm gonna wear it regardless, but the fact that I think we'll be seeing more of it in stores so I can really build up my collection just excites me personally. And another thing that I've been loving with the whole neutral layers are people with neutral outfits and wearing either like a neutral sunglass, or what I've been seeing a lot of and I'm so into are these orange sunglasses. These orange lenses, these hot red lenses, I think set it off. It is so cool to me. I think it's just effortless, cool, a little bit of something. I've also been noticing a lot of styling that is just like, usually it's like your bag and your shoe are kind of like the pop of color. I've been noticing people have been sectioning off their styling, so like it's like their hair color and their sunglasses will match. With like if the girl has pink hair, she'll have on pink sunglasses, the rest of her outfit might be neutral or black or something like that. I think that's so cool. I've just been noticing like top heavy or bottom heavy type of styling, and I think that's so much more interesting than what we're used to with like, oh, a pop of color here and there and in the places that you would expect. So I'm really loving the orange sunglasses. I think they're just like perfect. While we're on accessories, I do want to talk about another one of my favorites personally, socks, leg warmers, tights, hosiery, thigh highs, garters. Like we are in our hosiery era and I'm living for it because there's nothing more exciting than dressing up your legs. I think it's so fun. I think it's sexy. I think it's cool. I think it's a nice way to keep warm too. And as you transition, obviously these are spring, summer, but like as you transition to it's gonna be cold, but you are ready to show leg, and I'm loving it. I specifically loved Rosie Huntington Whitley. Oh my god, that outfit, just ate down. I love it. I love everything about it. I love the tailored dress. I love the hosiery. It's just fucking sick. It's much more interesting. Even casual, on the casual side with just the sambas and socks with a dress type of thing, or any type of slender kind of tennis shoe sporty type of thing, I'm into it. I'm into all of it. I think it's just so cute. It's giving 90s, and it's just one of those eras I really like, and I like seeing it come back. And I also think it just adds so much more to outfits, and it's easy. Like socks aren't expensive, hosiery isn't expensive. I think it's something that anyone can go and kind of just, you know, take a piece and it'll change up so many outfits that you already have. So I really recommend it. I've been talking about a lot of things I do like. I'm gonna talk about one that I don't like. These ballet flats. I don't know if I'm not gonna say never say never. Not gonna never say never. Never say never. Y'all aren't getting me. Y'all aren't getting me with those. Like, they're not comfortable for me personally. I don't think they're all that cute. I'm personally not into such a like, I I call it like an Elmer Fudd type of rounded toe. Like it's round but almost misshapen. I don't know. I like more of a structured shoe at the moment. So it's just, there's something about it. The Mary Jane little strap. Like I just don't love it. I don't like it. But I do appreciate it. There are some outfits that I've seen where I'm like, okay, cute. But also I have noticed myself completely glossing over the footwear. I'm just like, I don't care about this and I won't, and you can't make me. Another accessory I'm absolutely loving are layered necklaces, mostly with like beading, pearls. Of course, we've been seeing crucifixes as well. I am into all of it. I love the pearls. I love the beads. I think they're so sick. I remember when like, what year was it? It was probably 2012, 2013. Like you would always have kind of like a lower necklace, and then all of our necklaces kind of shrunk up. We're more in like the 16-inch range with our 16, 18, but now we're in the 20s. We're really wrapping them around, and I like that. I think it's just cool. It adds something. They can be really well worn. Ralph Lauren did a lot of this. Outside of the accessories, as far as actual tailoring of dresses, we are noticing tailored dresses everywhere. I really love like V-neck dresses. There are some very dramatic V-neck dresses. I love that personally. I love like a wired V-neck. I think it looks really great on your body. I think it can be very flattering for a lot of people. Some of these V-necks are going over people's ears. I don't know if that's for me yet. I don't know. But I can appreciate it. I think it's just a vibe. I've also just been loving the more tailored dresses in general. I love a tailored aesthetic. The more sharp lines, like Prada was killing it. Prada knew exactly what they were doing with those tailored dresses. I love stitching. I love all of it. I love the sharp, blunt cuts. I think it's just such a good idea. I think they're staples, so they won't really go out of style, and that's something that I'm noticing is kind of that 90s minimalism, quiet luxury type of thing of like, these are the things you can wear for quite a while, and I really appreciate that. What I think pairs well with these more tailored dresses are the extravagant coats we're seeing. I love that. I love a dress coat combo. I love that your coat is like more than just your everyday coat. You can really find like just the coolest ones, like the baby blues, the textures, fur, asymmetry. Lapels are kind of different colored lapels. I just am into it. I love the leather trenches. I love that just trench coats are still in because I'm a big trench coat fan. Even this coat that Lotto is wearing as a dress, I love that. I love a coat as a dress, and because some of these are such statements, it's so cool to mix and match it. So it's like, not only do you have a coat that you can wear and style with other things, just styling it by itself, beautiful. I love that. I love even wearing a blazer by itself and wearing my jackets as dresses. I think that's so cool, and I think the more extravagant the coat, the more you can get away with it. Another couple really hot things I've noticed is beads, embellishments everywhere, really extravagant beading and detailed pieces. I've also noticed red is a huge color. Red is one of those colors I'm like, y'all, I just don't know about it. I just don't know. But the way people have been wearing it, I'm loving it. I think the monochromatic red is sick. I love the deeper red that like Demi Lovato was wearing, this bright red that Lori Harvey's wearing. I think they're just sick. Like, it just looks good, especially for an event. I would definitely consider it. I like it. And I also think it's feminine and sexy, so why not? Just as like an overall trend, I think things are kind of like very playful, themey, aesthetic, if you will, like literally like you're going all the way with your look, and that's something that I really appreciate as someone who just enjoys getting dressed. I love a vibe. Like, I love a vibe, you know what I mean? Like, this is curated, this is intentional. I'm playing a character. I love a cartoonish type of look. It's like over the top, but it doesn't have to be. Almost archetypical type of things, or you have a motif. Those things just excite me. I love that because it's like, oh, you just get it, you know what I mean? But there's always like a twist on it that is really cool. I've also been loving in men's fashion the bigger jewelry for men. There have been some pieces I'm like, that's just so sick. I love this for y'all, especially with their more oversized like pants and jackets these days. I think having like necklaces and jewelry that is kind of just like clinging to your body, showing off your skin a little bit more, or just emphasizing that. I think it's just cool, especially for menswear. And why not borrow your boyfriend's jewelry? But yeah, I've really just been liking what they're doing with menswear as far as cuts. I feel like there's just so many different things now for men to wear and layers, and it's just a little bit more exciting. But also they can be super pared down, and that'd be cool as well. But the grunge subversive look has been big. Some brands are doing it so well. Somewhat futuristic looks. This fashion week was just exciting because there were so many different things going on, not just like one look. Specifically, I do want to shout out some of my favorite designers. I would say the designer that surprised me the absolute most was Tory Burch. Like, who knew? Like, who knew? I wasn't expecting anything from them. I'm gonna be real. I wasn't expecting anything from Tory Burch, but she gave. I love the looks. I love the different silhouettes. I love this, like, I don't even know what to call it, but like it's almost like there's a spring around the hem of these dresses. They're structured. It's cool. Like, honestly, maybe it sounds rude, but for once, like, Tory Burch is cool. I wasn't expecting that. Tory Burch is cool. They did something cool. Maybe I just haven't seen enough of what Tory Burch can do outside the Tory Burch flip-flop. Like, I am impressed, and I hope that they continue in this direction because it's cool for them. Knowles London, their Petrol Spring Summer collection, so fire. It is all about that distressed weather. They did a lot of really cool looks. I love the like chaps. I love the garters. I love the chains, the hair coverings, the boots. It's just all very much a vibe. And I really appreciate the color selections that they use. It's just a really cool brand, so I'm actually really looking forward to more from them. Another one I liked was, I don't know if it's Service or SRVS or SRVC, but I really liked it because it was giving a lot of different silhouettes. It gave, like, the hot pants in the beginning are a vibe. I love the long cardigans. I love the extra ribbons that are coming off of things. It's like, there's something about it that's minimalist, but it's also just like giving a little bit more cutouts. Just cool. And the brown hot pants, I really like. I want those. Cutouts, straps, ties, pleated mini skirts, and just a lot of layers. I'm a sucker for some layers, so I really enjoyed it. This one I didn't expect to like, because honestly, I'm not a huge pattern fan. Patterns don't excite me, but Etro killed. Like, I loved the cut of everything that was on the runway. Everything. Although some of the patterns and colors aren't totally my taste, the cuts were unreal. I love the like octopus, which I hate octopuses, so you know something's done well. If like, I'm terrified of octopuses, but I would wear that bodysuit. Like, it's so freaking sick. The way it kind of looks like a tattoo. I think they did such an amazing job of doing the silhouettes that are kind of in fashion right now, but doing it in their own way and making it something new and fresh. I think it's just sick. They did an amazing job, and I'm very impressed. Diesel's runway was really stunning. It was an absolute production. I really appreciated all the denim, of course. That's what they're known for. The shredded denim was really cool. I like the mini skirts. They know how to do a monogram without making it look so freaking tacky. Like, they know what they're doing when it comes to that. They know their wheelhouse and they know their market. I really like what they do with men as well. Jaden Smith's outfit was a vibe. They just did it all really well, and Diesel made a very great comeback. Like, they're gonna write about this. Like, it was a really amazing comeback because like Diesel was completely written off for a while. Retrofit, they did their first runway show and appearance in Fashion Week, and it was so many pieces. They did a ton of different pieces, a lot of sequins, a lot of shimmer, a lot of different silhouettes. There were corsets, there were low slung skirts, there was distressed denim. Like, every single thing you can think of, they did it, and they did it very well. I'm actually really impressed. They're probably one of the most exciting ones, just from the plethora that they gave. They were like, we're just gonna give it all, and this is the time to kind of give it all because you can. If anything, the only thing they lacked was maybe like that 90s minimal aesthetic, which is fine because everyone else had it. So I really liked what they brought to the table. They really had some cool like sunglasses and just pieces, accessories, jackets. I loved it. I loved how their outfits did have quite a bit to them, or if they were multiple pieces, there was like quite a bit of coordination to it. I just appreciated a lot about it. So for their first runway, I think they did a really amazing job. And I'm definitely gonna be checking them out because I'm like, this is cool. Like they did a good job for a lot of different types of cool girls, if that makes sense. Versace, they absolutely killed it. They brought more of their classic aesthetics. They brought back some of their retro models. I liked everything about it. Some of the things weren't like 100% up my alley, but I still really appreciated it. The yellows I really enjoyed, although yellow is probably not my like absolute favorite color. I thought it was sick. The leather skirt sets were a vibe. I just like that they were giving a lot of different things. They had some minimal pieces, they had cutouts, but they also had some more like out there things. I like the hair, the makeup. It was just cool. It was a cool little runway for them. It wasn't as like, it was a little more pared down for Versace. Usually they would go kind of like hard with their prints. I appreciated that there weren't tons and tons and tons of prints, and there were just a few more of the more minimal looks, because I personally, before this, didn't know how well they did minimal, and they do it quite well in my opinion. It was just fresh. I really liked that. I really liked the waxed A-line looks. Cute. Another really exciting runway show was I hope I'm saying that right. I could be totally wrong. Personally, the clothing wasn't all that exciting to me, but the way they ran that runway was so interesting. The rushing, the stress. It seemed like all of the models are actually actresses or actors. I really liked that. I thought it was such a cool statement. Some people in the comments were saying it was a statement about how about fast fashion or the fashion industry in general, or runway in general. I thought either way, the chaos, the chaotic realness almost, but like emphasized, was cool. I really enjoyed it. I thought that that was something different. Another runway that I liked was the one with the paddles. Sine, I want to say. Sine with the paddles for the audience to rate the looks. Genius. I think that's so cool. The only thing I kind of wish was that the audience wasn't like grouped together like that, like maybe even runway style, so you could really kind of make eye contact with the person. I don't know, I feel like it would be a little more uncomfortable if the people were surrounding you than instead of just all in front of you, but I get it. They're the judges. I thought it was cool. I thought some of the people were a bit brutal with their, I was like, not the one paddle, like people had no shame. I actually really liked that. I thought it was just cool and real and authentic. I like that. I really think that runways should focus a little bit more on maybe that aspect too, as far as making some sort of social commentary with their runways, since things can get a little stale, especially if your set isn't all that exciting or you don't have the budget for a crazy set. I think that these kind of, maybe some people would see it as gimmicky, but these performance art type of the performance art route is cool and a good way to differentiate yourself, maybe as an upcoming designer. I think it's sick. I think it's just so fun, and it definitely will get you the social media engagement that you're probably looking for as well. I hope you guys enjoyed. I enjoyed this fashion week. I thought there were so many cool new things, as well as things that were nostalgic and memorable. So I'm just happy with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys would like to see next. And which one was your favorite? Comment down below. New York, London, or Milan. And also if you saw Paris, let me know. Personally, right now, as far as street style alone, London took the cake for me. Their menswear was fire. There's just something about London that like I really adore. So that one's my favorite at the moment. But as far as Fashion Week as a whole, it's not dead, it's not going anywhere, and I really hope to be able to attend in the near future. But if you like this video, don't forget to leave it a like. If you like me, don't forget to subscribe. If you want to see more of me, you can always check me out on my Instagram, Ivana Brooke, my TikTok, Ivana Brooke. They are all the same, and I will see you in my next video. I hope this one found you in the best place possible. Bye!